Well, Zak, how's it going? It's been a very, very frustrating start to the season for you, but are you making progress?
No, I am definitely. Yeah, it's been tough. Not the start I would have liked coming into the year. I really want to impress the new gaffer and the staff, but things happen in football which sometimes you just got to get on with and keep your head high and have to come back stronger. You know, I had a really good season last year, injury-free for most really. But towards the back end, I had a few niggles here and there. But yeah, the way it was planned out back end of last year, you know, I was scoring goals for 21s and stuff. So yeah, I felt a bit unlucky towards the end really.
You came back in pre-season, just before that, you know, to get yourself ready for the start of pre-season. When it happens so soon into that period, how do you sort of mentally deal with all of that?
No, it's definitely tough dealing with it mentally. Took me a week or so. I got a good family, so they definitely helped. But you know, just knowing my ability and knowing you'll never lose that part of your game, it's just more the fitness side coming back, which will take a bit of a while. But no, yeah, I've got belief in myself really, and I know I've done it before with my ACL, so I know I'll come back stronger. With injuries, you just got to always look at the positives. So you know, it might be getting stronger in the gym or getting better in places where you weren't necessarily as good when you were playing. So that's where how I've been looking at it really. Me and Josh, and you know, I've been doing a lot of work outside of football as well, just to get myself stronger in areas that maybe I weren't as strong before.
You mentioned the ACL injury that you had earlier in your career. With them coming as a young footballer, how do you deal with all of that, if you know what I mean? Because your dream is playing for the first team. When you feel that your progress is being sort of stunted a little bit and you've got these obstacles put in your way, how have you found the process of overcoming all of them?
Yeah, it's tough. Dealing with my ACL quite young was tough. I felt like I missed a year on most of the lads, but you know, there's always blessing in disguise with it, with any injury really, and it's mad to be fair, because I'd like to say that I've only really had 2 injuries and they're both quite big ones, so it feels a bit tough, but I'm strong mentally and I believe in my ability. So
you had a taste of first team football last year, didn't you? And I think when the opportunities came along, you certainly made the most of them. Has that made it tougher not having that sort of, and knowing it's there, or does it help you in a way know that you've been in that position, you've proved yourself, and therefore you can get there again?
I think a bit of both. Obviously, it's really frustrating because them opportunities I did take. You know, I've scored a few goals and got an assist or so. So when them opportunities come, I'd like to say I've took them. So yeah, you know, I'm not shy. It's definitely helped me playing first team football with them, seeing what they're like every day in training and learning. You definitely learn a lot. But yeah, I definitely had inner belief from when I was in the academy all the way up to 21s. But I'd say it even helped my goal scoring record as well, playing with the first team and knowing that you can deal with, because when you're growing up through the ages, it's always it's a lot different than the men's game. So knowing you can sort of deal with it is nice to know.
Was that a big thing? Is that last hurdle, have you found it from your experience the biggest one, if you know what I mean? You've got to make that transition to the senior football.
Yeah, it's the biggest one, and once you get a bit, you want more. Like I'm raring to go. Like I really want to play with men. So yeah, knowing that you can do that last hurdle is always nice.
Do you feel like when you come back you'll have a sort of a clean slate with the gaffer as well, because you won't have seen too much of you in action? Do you feel it'd be a really good opportunity when you'll get yourself fit to showing what you're capable of?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, the gaffer and his staff are always really nice and always ask me how I'm getting on. So I'd like to think once I'm back fit, I can really show to them what I can do, and the lads as well.
So the international break, it's 2 weeks without a match now. When you're not missing games, does it feel like you're getting that little bit closer, even though the timescale doesn't change, if you know what I mean? You're not missing any football because it's the international break.
Yeah, in a selfish way, it's quite nice actually knowing that I'm not going to be missing games in this international break, and it's a way I can get fitter without missing anything really.
So give us an idea then, how is the rehab coming along? What's the timescale now then?
Back out running now, which is always nice. You know, it always goes quicker when you're on the pitch. Should be back training with the team in bits and bobs, and then I get a scan in about 3 weeks' time, and hopefully if that comes back that I'm progressing well, I move from there, and then hopefully back training with the lads.
Is the running quite a big thing? It doesn't sound like much for a footballer, but yeah, just to leave the gym behind for a little bit and actually get some fresh air outside.
Yeah, it's a bit cold out there now, but being in and around, watching the lads train, sometimes you need to focus in, stop looking over at the lads training, but yeah, it's a lot nicer than being in the gym.
And just finally, how important for you that when you come back this time it is 100% right, and it's right for, you want to be injury free for the rest of the season after that and get some football in you?
Yeah, no footballer wants to be injured. You know, it's a tough period, so making sure everything's right this time is a big factor for me, and I'm sure it will be.